Are you looking for means to cut and sew that very light mesh with you? This video is definitely for you. On today's video, I'll be showing you the tips and tricks in cutting and making a mesh shirt. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Carl Ogeskome, an Enugu-based fashion designer. I'll start by showing you how to make and cut the collar pattern first on a paper. To create a bishop neck pattern using paper, first you will draw 3 parallel lines. The width of these lines is your choice. 1.5 inches wide will be used in this video. The neck measurement of this client is 16.5 inches, which when divided into 2 gives 8.25 inches. Measure out 8.25 on the 3 parallel lines, which is the neck measurement by 2. Use your French curve and draw a line from the first line to the middle line. Draw another line from the middle line down to the last line. Then close the curve parallel lines. Then measure the length to be sure it's accurate and cut out the sketched pattern. Here is our collar pattern. To draft and cut the front panel of a shirt, you will first of all measure out 2 inches wide running vertically down. This is solely dependent on how wide you want your buttonhole and button area to be. And use your ruler to align the markings. Then measure out 2 inches horizontally and vertically from the center line on top. Afterwards, measure out the shoulder, which is 16.5 inches, which when divided by 2 gives 8.25 inches, and mark it on the fabric. And add an extra 0.5 inches for sewing allowance. Then from the shoulder length, measure out 1.5 inches vertically and use your ruler and draw a diagonal line from the neck point slanting downwards to the armhole area. To get the armhole length, divide the shoulder length by 2. Then measure 8.25 inches down from the shoulder and neck and draw a line to connect both ends. Move on to mark out the length of the shirt, which is 23.5 inches, and draw a line connecting both ends. Add 2 inches extra for the folding of the base of the shirt. I hope this video is insightful and informative. Please do not forget to subscribe if you've not done that, and like this video plus my other videos. Moving on to map out the chest on the fabric. The chest measurement is 38 inches, which will be divided by 4, giving us 9.5 inches. After marking out 9.5 inches, add 0.5 inches and 1.5 inches for sewing and ease allowance respectively. To get a good armhole, use your tape and mark the center of the armhole length. From where you measured 9.5 inches, measure outwards 0.7 inches. And on the armpits, measure inwards 0.7 inches as well. With a ruler, draw a line connecting the outward and inward 0.7 inches. And now, using your French curve, draw an arc, forming the armhole sketch. To put shape on the shirt, mark out the person's half length, that is shoulder to belly button, which is 17 inches. The tummy is 36 inches. When divided by 4 gives 9 inches. Mark it out and also add 0.5 inches sewing allowance. Mark out 11.5 inches at the base of the shirt. With your ruler, draw a line from the armpits connecting the navel line and continue with freehand sketch down to the base of the shirt. Then cut out. For the back panel of the shirt, you remember the actual length of this shirt is 23.5 inches. Add 6 inches to the length and add an extra 2 inches for folding. Then connect the lines, after which you will align the front panel of the shirt on the fabric for the back panel and measure out 1.5 inches on the shoulder part of the back panel. And then draw a diagonal line from the neck area to the armhole point on the shoulder and then cut out. Then fold the back panel to overlap the front panel at least 0.5 inches together. Carefully trim out the neckline for the back panel. Measure right round to be sure you haven't cut too deep. Add 0.5 inches to the width of the back panel. The 0.5 inches is an ease allowance. Same practice is carried out when cutting the back panel of the trouser. With ruler and French curve, draw the armhole line. And proceed to cut out the unneeded parts of the fabric. Here is the front and back panel ready for sewing. So for the sleeves, the length of the sleeve is 11 inches. Then add 2.5 inches for the folding of the sleeve band. You remember the shoulder is 16.5 inches. To get the armhole, you need to divide 16.5 inches by 4, which will give you 4.125 inches. Then measure out 4.12 inches from the total length of the sleeve. Then use your ruler to connect the marks. This space is the actual armhole for the shirt. Then still use your ruler and draw a diagonal line. The round sleeve is 14 inches. Mark out 7 inches plus an extra 2.5 inches for the ease allowance and sewing, making it 11.5 inches in total. Then use your French curve and make an arc on the top of the diagonal line, reaching where you marked 7 inches. And draw a curve under the diagonal line from where you marked 7 inches to the end of the line, making it 11.5 inches. Then use your ruler and connect the sleeve length markings you made earlier. You will notice that on the sleeve band allowance, the line went diagonally. It will not be lesser than the body of the sleeve. It is just 0.7 inches I added to make that extension. This is the reason for putting the 0.7 inches extension.